course, at the minimal and theoretical level, it means the absence of conflict. But for me personally, peace also has something to do about harmony.
A state of mind and also a physical state in which you are not in a conflict with anybody else or with anything else. Me personally, I hadn't had the chance to study the whole concept. I have heard about this term and I can maybe think that it involves many different aspects and parts of a system that would ultimately lead to peace.
I would imagine that infrastructures for peace would be sort of pillars that, taken together, would lead to the construction of peace. But then also, under those pillars, I assume that there are substructures, there are strategies, programs, and I assume that this infrastructure also includes actors that are involved in the construction of peace, and that those actors are multiple or different kinds of actors. So not just the typical state-to-state interaction or international organization, but also non-governmental organizations and civil society and individuals.
So the ideas of infrastructure for peace in Romania comes in response to the existing synergies of conflicts which exist at the regional level and at the global level, but also is considered to be a measure to prevent potential tensions or conflicts to escalate in Romania.
Yes, I think it's needed everywhere in light of recent worldwide conflicts and different opinions on important matters like religion, the best political system.
I don't see any harm in having something like this in any country in the world. If it's specifically about Romania, I think there's not such a desperate need as it would be, I don't know, say like in Syria or places like that where things are horrible. But so the answer would be yes. It's even more needed in other places, but it will definitely be useful here as well. We did have some conflicts, sometimes quite serious in the past, ethnic conflicts. There's still ethnic tensions.
Something must be done, like to put a smile on people's faces, So I think it would be, it would suit Romania.
I don't think that Romania is a country that has a lot of conflict, and some of the conflict in Romania is mostly, I don't think it's a conflict that would require infrastructures for peace. At the same time, if infrastructure for peace has something to do with mediation, negotiation, and other methods of prevention, then of course that could be useful.
There's quite an obvious conflict between the Hungarian minority with the Romanian minority, and what was very striking for me was back in 2011 was my first year here, and on the first assembly, which is the Uni Day in Romania, in one city, which was basically mainly Hungarian, they had the black flags outside instead of the Romanian flag, because they were basically very, I to say offended, but for them it is something, and I guess in Romania he's not quite working toward having, I don't know, a friendship, a fraternity between Romanians and Hungarians.
The other potential conflict, which is more like a tension than a conflict, would be between ethnic Romanians and Hungarians on the one side and Roma community, which is also not a conflict, but I think much more has to be done.
The social discrepancies, there's like a huge gap between, there's almost no middle class left. So it's like the gap between the rich and the poor is getting like bigger and bigger.
I really hope that the migration issue that is happening right now in Europe Romania will take it more slowly, let's say like that. Will not take it as a conflict or as a problem, but as a, I don't know, adult situation. So, and I really hope that the population of Cluj and the population of Romania will be as tolerant as I know them in order to solve their problems. I think we are quite good already in this, because we are having a lot of activities, conferences, workshops, things that are putting together people and making them discuss with each other and to see and face the problems and to find solutions for them. So I think the raising awareness activities are quite well in Romania.
So in this respect, education, if you consider education to be part of infrastructure for peace, and I think you do, then education is very important. So this kind of education for peace. I think adequate information and adequate mass media work, which is something in Romania we lack. Mass media, I think a lot of it, not all of it, is fairly scandal-driven and problematic. I think there are infrastructure. I would consider intergovernmental relationships and diplomacy are still a useful tool for infrastructure for peace. But for me, when I say infrastructure for peace, I look more at, in fact, I look a little bit more at civil society than I look at governmental actors.
Education, but more specifically, civic education, making people more knowledgeable, more tolerant about one another, about other ethnic groups, various minorities, things like this. Reducing inequalities among various social groups, various ethnic groups, other groups in society.
What we did until now was to have two trainings, one on complex conflict analysis, second on reconciliation and restorative practices. And we have elaborated a guide for good practices on identity conflict, and we had a workshop on it.
I'm not sure, but I would tend to say yes, though I'm not sure. I don't know. Yes, I think yes.
Yeah, I would say yeah. We kind of grew tired of being harassed by all sorts of external factors, but mainly internal factors, because we have our own stuff going, and it's taking its toll on society. I think peace will prevail.
Well, actually, I think we'll be fine. I don't think we'll have a peace issue, but again, it has to do a lot with education. Research shows that not just in Romania, but all over Central and Eastern Europe, the younger generation are in fact a bit more conservative and intolerant than the older generation, which is on the one hand counterintuitive, and on the other hand it's a bit unexpected, because the young generation are the kids that lived through democracy and within the European Union, and so you wouldn't expect them to be more conservative.
I4P Romania is currently a project which aims to build an alliance of organizations to share and to transfer knowledge on conflict transformation and on restorative practices. But another component of the project is also to make advocacy for improving public policies and existing public policies, and to insert some elements of conflict transformation, peaceful resolution of conflicts, and restorative practices.
There would be many ways that infrastructure for peace would help in Romania. Everything from dealing with local level conflicts within communities to disputes and violence within families and schools, and also Romania's engagement internationally. Infrastructure for peace is essentially about building organizations, institutions, and capabilities that help to deal with conflicts more effectively, both within communities and also at the government level. In Romania, what that would mean is introducing peace education in schools so that people learn practical skills for dealing with conflicts constructively, reducing anger and tension, and improving our ability to communicate using nonviolent communication and find real solutions to conflicts between individuals, families, and communities. In communities in Romania, there are a lot of conflicts that go unresolved, and as many people living here know, there's unfortunately sometimes high degrees of tension and aggression within the society. Helping to put in place infrastructure for peace that can deal with conflicts between citizens and government, that can deal with conflicts between and within communities, can help find better solutions through processes that include those involved in more authentic ways than the court and legal system is able to, and just in essence reduce conflicts, solve them more effectively, and lead to better results.